Hello and welcome to the Castrol Edge Managers Forum. My name's Ashley House. In this programme, we've gathered together the managers of the 4 Midlands Premier League clubs. It's the first time that all 4 clubs have been in the league at the same time. So to discuss the state of Midlands football as the Premier League reaches its climax, I'm delighted to be joined in the studio by Mick McCarthy from Wolverhampton Wanderers, West Bromwich Albion's Roy Hodgson, Aston Villa's Gerard Houllier and Birmingham City's Alex McLeish. Guys, thank you so much for coming in. You're all Midlands managers. Is there a sense of camaraderie or is the rivalry just too much in the region?
I think the rivalry is very healthy, but certainly I don't think there's any rivalry or anything other than camaraderie and friendship amongst us, because we've all been working in football a long time and we've all known each other a long time. So in actual fact, I'm pretty sure I speak for everyone. I say that we would be delighted if all 4 of us are in the Premiership next year and we'd enjoy meeting each other again. But at the moment we're involved in a battle, of course, to keep our teams there, and unfortunately friendship goes out of the window when your team's playing against your friend's team.
I agree with Roy's sentiments, of course, about the camaraderie amongst us all. I think we've all worked in the game a long time and been at different clubs. We're not born in that area. We're not dyed-in-the-wool fans of those clubs. I think for the fans it's different, but for us managers, we all respect each other's standing in the game. And I'm in the bottom 3, and I say I'd quite gladly swap places with any of the 3 of them. I don't wish any of any ill.
Football is a family business, but everybody is playing for his own sake. Obviously, when we play against each other, it's a battle, it's a fight. But I always say when I meet a friend, whatever happens on the pitch, and sometimes it can be very bad, we'll stay friends. That's important. We're man enough, experienced enough to know that.
At this stage in the season, do things change in terms of preparation?
Not really. I mean, I'm sure from day one, every manager tries to prepare his players and leave no stone unturned for any given game. Of course, the pressure intensifies at this particular stage of the season, and I guess it's it's about trying to keep your own nerve, as well as trying to calm the players. So there's more psychological training at this stage of the season than possibly in other parts of the season.
So the emphasis moves as the season goes on, between maybe physical at the beginning and then it does turn more mental towards the end?
I believe so. I believe so, because I definitely felt that after winning the Cup that the players were in a difficult place psychologically. OK, we did have some players missing, but the expectation levels are still there from me and from, of course, our fans. But there definitely was a little bit of a problem up there, and you have to try and straighten them out, do some talking, not necessarily berating them, in fact maybe the opposite. And our results in the last couple of games have been much, much better.
Mick, is there a place for blood and thunder speeches?
You don't want me just screaming in the face and having spittle all over them and throwing it around. But on the odd occasion, and I say odd occasion because I tell you what, you do it once, you might get a reaction. You do it twice and then they might go, hold on a minute, I've seen this. You do it it's like, leave it out, everybody's not bothered. So we all have different ways of doing things. I can't give you the reason, what I do on any certain thing.
The manager's task is to create the condition for motivation, which is different. And this could be material, this could be even the training. I mean, this could be the work you do, this could be the type of intervention. Sometimes you have to shout, sometimes you have to be, probably a bit more, I would say, friendly. And so, in fact, the creation of the condition of motivation, that's the manager's task.
Roy, easy one for you. Chelsea at home, shouldn't be a problem, should it? You've done it once this season already.
It's a tough game for us, but we're buoyed by the last couple of results, and also buoyed to some extent by the fact that, if we did lose it, we've still got a margin of error and we've still got other games to play. So I think we'll look forward to the game, and if you're managing a club with a lower budget like Mick is at Wolves and I am at West Brom, and to some extent for Alex and Gerard as well, you quite welcome these big clubs with their big budgets coming, because gives you a chance to prove that even without having the money to attract the type of players that they could attract, we can still do a good job.
Gerard, West Ham for you in a clash of the Claret and Blues. Now, when you're planning for games like this, do you tend to single out one star individual from the opposition, or do you take a much broader approach generally?
When I prepare a game, I prepare more my team than look at the other team. I mean, we define the main characteristics of the opposing team, in terms of their strengths and weaknesses and so on. But I don't like to spend too much time and try to construct a sort of a imaginary monster in the player's mind, particularly in the position we are at the moment. I think we've got to maybe more focus on what we can do and make sure we do it well and until the end of the season. Yeah.
According to the Castrol Edge statistics, the English Premier League is the only of the top 5 European leagues where managers can improve a team's position and yet still get sacked. Why do you think that is?
Pressure from fans, from boards, from newspapers. The stats will tell you. Is it 15 months average in the Championship? Premiership is somewhat more, and down below it's even worse.
There's one famous manager in France who said, you become a great manager once you've been sacked at least once or twice in your... And Aimé Jacquet before...
You're not great yet.
No, that's exactly. I mean, Aimé Jacquet was sacked 3 times before he won the World Cup. So I think I can name a lot of managers who've been sacked and won things afterwards. I would say that talent at some stage rebounds.
Unfortunately, that's all we've got time for on this edition of the Managers Forum. My great thanks, though, to Gerard, to Alex, to Mick and to Roy. Good luck to all of you in the next few games. We'll be back with another edition of Castrol Edge's Manager Forum soon, so make sure you join us then. Goodbye.